Hey everyone, hope all is well. Look on the screen. This young lady, 16 years old, life cut short. Let's go ahead and get to the clip. Then I'll return with further commentary, what happened, and possibly how do we even get here. Check it out, people. Fair use.
Behind bars. Joseph Haisley was sentenced today for his part in the death of a suburban teenager. NBC5's Charlie Wojciechowski's in the control center with more. Charlie.
Well, Marion prosecutors had asked that Joseph Haisley be sentenced to 40 years in prison for acting as the pimp who facilitated Desiree Robinson's murder. This afternoon, Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman settled on 32 years, on the high end of federal sentencing guidelines. 33-year-old Joseph Haisley will spend the next 3 decades behind bars for his role in the death of 16-year-old Desiree Robinson.
Desiree did not deserve this, but everyone will finally be held accountable for their actions in my daughter's death.
It was Haisley who found the young girl's body in a Markham garage Christmas Eve 2016 after she failed to return from a prostitution job that he had sent her on. A federal jury convicted him of sex trafficking earlier this year.
This is a terrible situation on all sides, and we're thankful that we had an opportunity to be before Judge Coleman, even though I disagree with the number that she sentenced him to.
Prosecutors say Haisley recruited Robinson through the website Backpage.com. The site, known for its prostitution and sex services ads, was shut down last year by the FBI, and its founder was charged with 93 counts in a sealed federal indictment.
This is a significant victory in the war against sex trafficking and the exploitation of minors. These disgusting crimes that were committed by the defendant Haisley and the sentence that was imposed today should send a powerful message to anyone who dares profit off the sale of children.
Federal prosecutors allege Haisley sold Robinson to Antonio Rosales, who was accused of slitting her throat. Haisley claimed he was asleep in a car while Robinson was being killed. Tonight, his attorneys are filing an appeal.
I think one thing that everyone in the room can agree on is that there are no winners in this situation.
The alleged murderer in this case, Rosales, is still awaiting trial. Robinson's family has also filed a civil lawsuit against the people behind Backpage.com.
So let's get it straight. She's on Backpage. 16 years old. She is on Backpage. Then, where Willie Lumpkins at? Where's Meathead at? Then Meathead sells her to a guy, Rosales. Meathead sells her to this fool right here who murders her, slit her throat. Both of them deserve life in prison. This one here, I wish you can get the chair. Maybe they should do the same thing to him. Slit her throat. So she couldn't scream. Wow. And then I would assume you just bleed out. Meathead, why don't you pimp your big meathead self out? Somebody might pay $3 for it. Put yourself on the block. Dusties bring drama and trauma. The Dusty that slit her throat brought her death. The financial implications, now we got to, now there's going to be a funeral, and now we got to pay to feed Haisley and Rosario, whatever his murderous name is. Too much dust in the nation. So he sent her on a prostitution job. And while her throat was being slashed by this animal right here on the screen, he was in the car sleeping. We don't know whatever else could have gone on. Papa was abusing the girl. That's what I'm guessing. I'm starting to think that maybe he was abusing this woman and was afraid, oh, she's going to go and tell. And he saw Big Meathead out there in the car who arranged the deal, the pimp deal. And thought, I want to kill her. I'm just guessing that could be a possibility. And more than likely, even if he was abusing the girl, I mean, you think Haisley, Meathead Haisley, would have cared? No. He wouldn't have cared. Dusties rely on women. From the mammy to grandmammy to baby mammy, they rely on women, even for prostitution. He could have put himself out there. Papa thought there weren't going to be any buyers. Just put yourself out there as a walking joke, a failed man. Maybe somebody give you the donations. Maybe it'll show up for you. Acid area in California where they can't get the mail because of one dust bucket. My other question is, and don't get it twisted with victim blaming, how do we even get here? Why was baby girl on Backpage? How did we get here? Why was she on Backpage? Was she sneaking out? I think it's time for parents. Did the mother know about this? I'm assuming not. I sure hope not. But what the heck is she doing on Backpage? Parents have got to be more involved in their kids' life, all up in the business. And if you don't want to, then they could, look what happened to this young lady. If you don't want to, you want to be your kid's friend. Parenting is different than being a friend. You want a friend, go make some grown behind friends. Your child is not your friend. How did she end up on Backpage? $16. How do we even get here? Was the mother working so hard and just assuming, oh, she's okay? Sometimes, especially I can see it happen to a single parent. Working and everything is on you, and you caught up in the survival game. And sometimes I think, some people may have the potential to check out. Oh, I'm tired. You're checking out. Wallowing in maybe a little self-pity. You want this, you want that. And the kid, there's no connection. You don't know what the heck they're doing. So that was my question. How the heck we get on Backpage? And I know not to even ask where the father is. MIA. He see a pregnancy bump. Boop. He out to lunch. Now go play a sport. Let him get a little ear about that. He might show up with some lazy excuse. But how do we get on Backpage? So maybe some youngster will see this and realize you're on some quick money using your body, honey. Only part of your body needs to use is your brain. You think Backpage is being with a boyfriend, you don't know what you're going to get. She didn't think so. I heard a story, and I couldn't believe these were high school girls. And I'm like, there is no way. They're high school girls. Oh, they were, I think two of them ran together. They're running away from home. And one of them, she just wants to be wild and just be fast, do what she gonna do. And I'm hot and I got that body. Oh, I'm dealing with, what was it? She dealing with a grown man. And no, correction, I'm sorry. They were in high school. No, boo-boo, they were junior high school students. You're like, you gotta be kidding me. You're in junior high. Running away and running away because they're young teenagers. Or assuming preteens. I'm like, junior high? That's like 12 and 13, isn't it? Out there in those streets. Couldn't believe it. Making some fast money from men. Yeah. Two of them. They went to go pull a trick, only one came back. Yeah, one got away. The other, they found her dead in a seedy motel room. Dead on the bed. Dead on the bed. Nobody, and I think she was stabbed or something. Nobody could tell her anything. Trying to get some counselors involved and yada yada and all that. Nobody could tell her anything. Oh, no, no. And that's been, oh my God, a long time ago. That's been probably, that's been maybe 15 or so, if not more, years ago. People don't change. Very unlikely. There are two beings, good and bad. So now here we are. Let's say that's 15 years ago or so, probably more than that later. Same thing. Teenage girl, dead. Tricking. So this, the face of evil, is the last thing she saw. Big head Haisley, he's sitting up with his meatloaf head in the car, safe sleep. Probably sitting up there snoring. Lord have mercy, and the girl is in there getting abused and murdered. And he finds her in the garage. Sold her. And this idiot, this diabolical, evil, homicidal maniac right here murdered her. So for the young people, you think you know everything. No one does, and even I don't. And trust me, I'm far from being a teenager. No one knows everything. But I brought that other story up to show you nothing really changes. Same game, different date. Ladies, teenagers, young women, choose wisely. You're choosing your fate. The decisions that we make. I want some quick money. Oh, I'm fine. I got the body for it, honey. They're going to pay for this. That little body might not last too long, especially if you find some fool like this here that's murdered you, and now she is gone. 16 years old. What kind of life is that? First of all, the life is really cut too short. Cut way too short. So being on Backpage, recruited by the pimp, abused and murked. She's dead. The alleged murderer, who they said slit her throat, is alive, and so is the pimp. Look at Dusty's. Even they like to use women. Use women, 3 hots in a cot, move in with them, drive their cars, eat their food, sleep in their bed, don't pay not even $5 a month on the utility bill. And now, making money off women. You doing all the work and the abuse, and he's sitting up there sleeping, getting paid. He's sitting up there sleeping. You're doing all the work, being abused, being exposed to who knows what. I'm sure she thought she would come home. Assuming it's not the first time, which I would doubt. I'm sure she thought she would come home. 16 years old, and now she is gone. So much to be unpacked. I mean, again, how do we get here? How do we get on Backpage? What you doing on Backpage? Where's the protection? Where's the guidance? So sad. Young ladies, you think you know, you might want to learn to listen. Oh, you don't know nothing. You ain't been no trickster. Sure as hell have not. And I'm still here. You don't know nothing. You can't tell me all about reading some books. That young girl that happened to, again, running the streets. Oh, I couldn't, junior high. You gotta be kidding me. I'll never forget that. They thought they knew too. Again, 2 went in, 1 came out. The other they found dead on the bed. You have any teenagers or preteens, it is time to be all up in their business. Search their social media, what they're doing, check the history. Don't tell them, just do it. Have to be more involved. Have to be. So thanks for listening. Rest in peace, young. 16 years old. It's already over. And it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be. So feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. And thank you for everyone who has supported the channel. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Love you guys, and I'm out.